Hello, it is Daisy Dementia, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm on a quest to lose weight to get back into my competitive boxing weight class as a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. Let's talk carnivore. I had the goal of sticking to carnivore for 30 days. I managed 8 days. And then that whole plan I had got derailed by the arrival of my mother-in-law who was visiting for a weekend. We had a lot of fun, drank alcohol, I ate desserts, we had s'mores around the campfire, and yeah, it wasn't the plan I originally had, but we got a lot of time to talk about carnivore, and she's totally on board too. We had the plan of all 3 of us, my fiance, her, and I, to do carnivore together and kind of keep tabs and see how the other person is doing. However, day 2 of her visit, I get diagnosed with herniated discs. 2 weeks later, I end up getting an MRI, and it shows something much worse than just herniated discs. Degenerative spinal stenosis. The fuck is that? Turns out I have 2 discs in my low spine that are literally degenerating. And if you want to break it down, a disc in a spine is essentially collagen, proteoglycan. And oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. I wasn't even trying to look for a connection between what was going on with my spine to carnivore, and yet all the pieces just fall into place. So when I was first told about carnivore by my fiance, something seemed right about it. It's like my body knew this is what you need. And every time I went to the doctor and explained I have debilitating back pain that happens intermittently for the past 2 years, and nobody wanted to pursue that. So chances are my discs have been degenerating for quite some time and I just didn't know. And since nobody bothered to do imaging, nobody else knew either. That's really frustrating. So my guess is ever since my spine started degenerating after a car accident and then 2 weeks later giving birth, and on top of that, I ended up going from 140 pounds to 215 by the time I gave birth, and then stayed at 200 pounds after the birth. And all those things combined, I think put too much pressure on my spine. And then I go back to lifting weights, doing yoga, picking up a really large 1-year-old. He's in 4T clothing, and he's not even 2. So as the discs were essentially dehydrating, and I'm having all this pressure put on my spine, and I'm only 5'2", so really anything over 150 is considered too heavy for me. And all that pressure just caused my spine to herniate. I had no idea. And my hope is that if I eliminate everything that is inflammatory, that I will be able to rehydrate the discs in my spine that are damaged. If they're made up of collagen and I'm eating a crap diet, then hopefully undoing that damage will be easier in time, especially the longer I stick to carnivore. One other thought I had is if I do an extended fast, that puts me into therapeutic ketosis. However, my appetite does not agree. I know for sure that I have leptin resistance. I have no doubt about that. And that causes a lot of problems for someone like me with binge eating disorder. And this is the dark side of dieting. This is where the not so fun things come in. So when you see YouTube videos of people who have lost over 100 pounds by doing X, Y, and Z and A, B, and C, they're not showing you the struggles that go behind the scenes. And that's what I am doing. That is my goal, is to show the struggles that go behind the scenes when weight loss just seems so far away. And you want something to work so desperately, but your brain's like, we got other things to handle. And that's where I'm at. This injury has been very depressing. I have cried because I can't do the things that make me me. I can't do yoga, I can't lift weights, I can't sit on the floor and play with my toddler. I was hoping to be able to go back to skateboarding at some point, get back into the ring and compete again. And again, another year go by where I get to watch my dreams sit in the distance and just wait. I've been reading a lot. I've been doing a lot of research. I've gone back to typing. So I've been doing other things that I wouldn't normally do if I was able to work out. So I'm trying to make the best of this injury. But with this eating disorder, I can't just stick to carnivore. I can't just stick to keto or low carb. Even though I was doing keto, I was still eating things that weren't considered keto. Making my own homemade ice cream, yeah, sure, it was keto. But it wasn't keeping me in ketosis. So I've said that keto didn't work, but I wasn't giving it the chance either because of binging. So I would stay under 20 grams of carbs, but then there'd be that one day where I would just let loose and eat constantly. And lots of justifications for why I need to do this. I smiled, but I'm really dead inside. And when something like this happens, where you have a very debilitating injury, it's so much easier to binge. There hasn't been a single day since I got told I had herniated discs that I haven't eaten something I wasn't supposed to. Whether it was chocolate, ice cream, there's a pan of brownies back there that my mom made. I call them sympathy brownies because she made them the day I got told that I would inevitably need surgery, but we'll see about that. I got that doctor's number. If I could reverse hypothyroidism, my goal is to put all the effort to reverse these degenerating discs. On a side note, I asked what would happen if I needed surgery, and he said they would literally just remove the damaged discs and fuse my spine together. And I'm like, no, I'm just not about that, man. He tried to scare me saying that even if you do physical therapy, there's a chance you may never regain the weakness in your leg or regain the strength in your leg, and you may permanently have the numbness you have. Again, I'm like, no, that's not what I want. That's not at all what I want. He is a believer in holistic, natural remedies of healing the body. He believes the same thing I do, that the foods we eat directly influence our health. But yet still wanted to push surgery. So I'm gonna give this my all. I'm gonna have to give up coffee. I don't know how I feel about that. Granted, I would make keto coffee. MCT oil, grass-fed butter. I would add glycine and collagen. No, it's not carnivore. But I think I have a connection between drinking coffee and eating sugar, and I seem to need to dissolve all these things. It makes me uncomfortable, and I know I'm gonna have to do it cold turkey. And with knowing I'm a binger, I don't know how well that's gonna work, especially with brownies behind me. Yeah, I don't know. If you know anyone who's had experience with binge eating disorder or back problems or debilitating emotional eating in response to stress or injury, go ahead and leave a comment down below, link their video, website, blah blah blah. I am not on Facebook, so I can't get that. But I'm interested in hearing what you all have to say and to help me through this process. So thank you and enjoy your day.